Experience tranquility. Pass into the iris.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Iris Podcast. I am Mr. Yeti, joined today by Bard, Harmony Giant making his podcast debut, Booth, and Captain Jack. Welcome, everybody. We have an exciting week ahead of you here on the podcast. We have a little bit of discussion about some of these teams. We haven't really spent the whole time talking about, just checking, are these guys really contenders or are they just pretending to be contenders? We also have an announcement of our first Hall of Fame recipient for Season 6. But first, there's a little matter of unfinished business from Week 1, and that's the comms check. Now, I know a lot of people have been asking, what happened to the comms check last weekend? What happened? Where did it go? Well, it didn't get aired because it didn't get finished because Kaden was freezing to death in Texas, and she didn't have any power, so unfortunately she couldn't finish it. But Kaden not only came through with the Week 2 comms check, she brought us the Week 1 comms check too. So Kaden coming through in the clutch again this season already with some 2 amazing comms checks. And we're just going to go ahead and wrap up Week 1's action by bringing you that comms check first and foremost here. So let's kick it off with the Week 1 comms check.
Come on, come on, come on!
Nice!
Let's go. Alright, I need a second. I'll be back.
Yo, T, you're too good. S6E is currently the best player in the world, so that's all that matters now. GG's. Actually, just built different.
Well, he did say your teammate. Trust your teammate.
I trust in him.
Always.
Run! Diva! Baby! Lucio!
Go! Big wall for Diva Bomb.
Go kill her.
Enemy contact.
Whitman, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm so sorry. Not sorry.
We're just the.
Okay. Ooh, kill him, piss on him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, good job.
You love it.
There's the graph.
It's alright.
Okay.
Well, that's depressing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, happy birthday, Chief.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Don't worry, Hal will be getting you some merch.
Yep.
Great to actually play.
No way.
Cactus, you're on sim next time. Your tracking's terrible.
What do you mean?
In a circle. Okay. on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I never was in
Okay.
Let's go.
We gotta stop that.
Oh my goodness.
About 90% of us here are old enough to have heart attacks. Okay?
Wait, Hegel just DC'd.
Wait, did he really?
Do we pause?
Yeah, Hegel DC'd, yeah. He's in their back line with me right now. I mean, at first I thought that was normal for Hegel, but then he was walking into a wall, so I realized. Oh, yeah, you're right. He DC'd.
No beta.
We are alpha chads here. Please don't eat your mic either.
We're alpha chads, no soy, and large bowl chatting chads.
Okay, let's get ready. Let's go.
Okay, I'm a count of 3.
Focus.
2.
Whatever Cryptic said.
Yeah.
She jumped. She's going for it.
Easy.
Pushing on them.
Okay.
Reaper.
Let's go!
That Kaz. What? Next time you get pushed like that, when you get like pushed out of top like that, you just come to daddy.
All right. Fantastic work. Caden, as always, brilliant comms check. Thank you so much for that one. Just in case you thought that was the only one, again, week 2 comms check coming up later in the broadcast here today. And here's the kicker on that. If you were looking to get into this week's giveaway, which, reminder, t-shirt on the line, including, you could get a nice t-shirt like this Koala Kings t-shirt, or that Flying Lions t-shirt, or some Trank shirts, or Bard's Bard's a Glads fan, I guess.
This is a Trank shirt. This is a Trank team. They play like a Trank team. That's fine.
Wow. I think they're smurfing. Anyways, let's go ahead then. Let's go ahead then and move on, though. But again, later on in the broadcast, that will be aired. That is the cutoff for the drawing. If you were looking to get into this week's giveaway, get your entries in now. Reminder that next week we do have more giveaway prizes in addition to what we were giving away this week. So just be ready for that. Farm up those channel points this week. Come give us a watch. All you need to do is tune in to support us. So we definitely appreciate all your viewership. But enough about us. Let's talk about what you guys noticed this week in the what you noticed this past week, I should say, in the Tranquility community. Bard, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Look, this week in Tranquility, we saw the return of a beloved community member and player. He had been benched for too long, a long-time ringer. It was, of course, Hard Reaper Bot. And he came in when it was all on the line for Modify, and he just couldn't carry them hard enough in that 4th map.
He truly couldn't.
And unfortunately, they decided to throw all of the blame onto Hard Reaper Bot and drop him from the roster. But I think that Hard Reaper Bot deserves another chance, and I think everyone here should go out and sign Hard Reaper Bot for at least one map this season. And that's what I noticed.
If it was Modify last season, it'd be a DPS upgrade. So that's about where I'm at with that one. All right, Harmony Giant, what'd you notice?
More generally, what I noticed is that there's a lot of teams that are 1-1 right now. So I saw that there's a lot of 1-1, a lot of 0-2. There's some 2-0s, but there's a lot of like those middle ground teams, and I think it's kind of leading to a lot of exciting matchups going into the later stages.
Definitely, the wrap up of stage 1 is always an interesting time to see which teams come out of the fold. Booth, what do you think here? What's standing out to you?
All right, well, this is going to scare you, Jack, so quick little warning, okay? Brace yourself. I did a little looking at the match sheets from this last week, and if nobody knew this, Tranquility really loves Kings Row. I mean, really loves Kings Row. I want you to guess, out of 34 games last week, how many of them went to Kings Row? Take a guess, Mr. Yeti.
Oh, shoot.
32.
Our match didn't. I'm guessing 30. I'm guessing 31.
32,
okay, I guess I sold it. 29. I sold it a little
29?
too.
Okay.
29 out of 34.
Still crazy.
That's only 5.
There's 3 maps you can choose from. 3 of them.
Were the other ones all one map?
Is there honestly even another?
I know
hybrid,
Jalapenos chose Eichenwald, so you know.
Hollywood and Eichenwald. Eichenwald's a great map. Go there.
I love
Was it 5 Ikes? Was it 5 Ikes in 29
Kings Row? Get a win. Get a map win. You need a hybrid win. Do it.
Captain Jack, what you got for us?
All right. So as always, you know, at the beginning of this tournament, when we start the Iris podcast, we make assumptions based on what we know, based on history. I think week 2 has obviously shown from quite a few different angles that any prediction we truly had is out of the water at this point. Like, there are teams that we had no idea were going to start really shining as we started the regular tournament. And those teams that might be struggling now, they're not out of the water yet. You know, there's lots of tournament left to be played. You know, there's lots of learning and growing. You know, we just had a recent patch change that essentially turns whatever little meta was left completely on its head. And I don't know, as we crest into this hump for stage 1, I think, honestly, it's going to be anyone's game at this point.
If there's one thing that people probably should realize by now, especially the people who've been here for a long time, but the new people should figure this out pretty quick, is yes, we are podcast analysts. Yes, we come on here and we make predictions. Yes, sometimes I'm also drinking a beer while I'm doing this. Don't judge me. But most importantly, a lot of you should realize we don't know what we're doing.
Nah.
We're just
No, I've
guessing.
never known
We're
that
just
doing.
guessing, just like the
It's
rest
not
of
just
you
you.
have.
So
Who
some
rolled
of
the
us,
D20 this week?
yes, exactly. So if
Oh,
some of
one second,
you,
mate.
if some of you haven't figured that out yet, for the new people, there is our explanation. We don't know what we're doing. We're here just giving it our all and having a hell of a time along the way. So keep that in mind, folks. All right, let's move on to what are you looking forward to this week? What you got, Bard?
Well, I did this last season at about this exact time. I think I did it in week 4 instead of week 3 last season. But this season, I think it's a little more interesting because there's less of these. But there are 4 matches this week that are a team that is 2-0 versus another team that is 2-0. So 4 teams this week in Tranquility are going to lose the chance to go undefeated in stage 1. And I want to see all of those games, mainly because that's kind of where some teams explode, and I want to see it happen in real time. It's really cruel, but like, some teams only stay together when they're winning, and two of the teams that have to lose are trans tier teams. So I want to see it happen.
Wow, I hate you with every fiber of my being. With every fiber of my being.
And this is why Bard isn't an admin.
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Yeti's
I don't
boss.
want to be an admin.
God. This is why I drink. Anyways, go ahead. Harmony Giant, go ahead.
I mean, I'm gonna be 100% honest. That's what I had to.
Yeah!
Like almost to a T. So ditto to what Bart said.
I'll drink to that. I will drink to that.
Oh man.
Booth, would you like to say something different?
Hold on. Let me check what I have.
Don't do it.
No. Okay, I didn't write that down this week. I promise. Okay. What I wanted to look at more is kind of this is the turning point, right? Like right now, some of these teams that are 0-2, you can still end up above 500 on your win percentage if you have a good week here. I'm really looking at Transcendence Tier Indigo. I think there's some fantastic matches about to happen. Whirlwind, Wildcats, Ghostly Peppers. Time to see if the Whirlwind Wildcats really this is the biggest challenge they've had so far. I don't think anybody will doubt that.
Yep.
Ace Advantage, One Last Freak. I mean, that's going to be One Last Freak's done really well.
Ooh,
Ace Advantage
yeah.
had a good win over Praxis 4-0. And then the big one for me is Battalion and Exodum. I mean, both 0-2. And I mean, Battalion, I think, has been through the harder part of their schedule so far in the tier. They go 3-2 here and third or so in their group. I mean, that really sets them up pretty for the playoffs. So Transcendence, Indigo, that's the place to look this week.
All right, Captain Jack, wrap us up for this question.
I mean, you really got to look at the feature matches for this week. We've got a lot of huge Tranquility names coming up. Jetpack Cats, Maelstrom, Dirt, and Reminiscence are all going to be featured this week and have a lot of your base Tranquility community in it. So if anyone is new to the scene, want to know, who the teams to look out for are, you need to be watching the feature matches this week.
Every week, but this week for sure.
Yeah, every week,
Every week.
Of course, every week. But strategy and stuff, whatever.
All right. I know a lot of people are getting their points in right now for the giveaway. That is good. A Cavalier comes in on a run-in, by the way, everybody. On a run-in. I don't know if he's dipping into the bottle tonight or what, but he just came in on the run-in, and he upped the giveaway on a surprise giveaway tonight. Not only are we doing the t-shirt as expected, we are throwing in a $50 Amazon gift card. Will be in tonight's giveaway. Unexpected, but here comes Cavalier on the run-in, bringing in the heat with a $50 surprise Amazon gift card. So if you are looking to get a little bit of a nice little treat there, get into that giveaway. Turn in those channel points, 1,000 channel points. Get in on this. Cavalier with the generosity. That is awesome. So definitely appreciated, Cavalier. What I'm looking forward to now is the giveaway.
Yeah.
But what I'm really
paying off this season.
I personally am looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with the I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with Battalion. I know it's already kind of come up a little bit, but Battalion is a very good team, and they just played probably 2 of the top teams of the Transcendence tier. I think the Battalion will continue to improve. and I expect to see Battalion go 3-2 this round. I really do. I think they win their next match. I think they win the following two. I think they're a good team. I think they have really good pieces there. They put up a really good fight against Whirlwind Wildcats. They put up a really good fight against Ghostly Peppers. That's a crazy combination right there. A crazy start of the schedule. They're set up well to go into. They're set up well to go into Group B into the next round. And by God, like that's a dangerous team sitting there in Group B. So I'd really keep an eye on Battalion. Let's get to the next segment, which is spicy hot takes or cold hard truths, and we're gonna start with Bard. What you got?
I've got a cold hard truth for everyone who is running a team or wants to run a team in Trank. You have to read the rules. The admins do not exist to regurgitate the rules to you like you are a baby bird. I know it seems weird because our admins are incredibly kind and patient with you and take the time to explain the rules a lot, but they have literally no pressure on them to actually do that. There's a reason I'm not an admin. It's because I would literally just link you to the rules page, and they should start doing that. You need to read those rules and not complain when they're enforced and you haven't read them. And that's my take.
I'm an auditory learner, though. I need to hear it. I can't read it.
And for the
there are apps for that, Booth.
And
there
for the record,
pasted in Audible.
For the record, if you have an issue with the ruling that the admins make, there is a way to go about it. Making a giant scene in our Discord just makes you look like a dumbass. Just to be straight up honest with you. It really makes you look
Twitter.
like a dumbass.
We've had that happen before too.
So, and this is not the first time it's happened, and it won't be the last. Just for the record, it really won't be. Y'all just relax. We're all here to have fun, and if you got an issue with something that we're making a ruling on, talk to the big man up top, Cavalier. He's the one who's handling all our stuff here. And if there's an issue with what either me or anybody else says, he'll take care of it. So, anyways. Just keep that in mind, y'all. We're here to have fun. We don't like punishing people. It's not fun for us because then we have to deal with people complaining about being punished, and that sucks. I don't like it. It's not fun at all. I'd encourage you to, not have that happen. So just read the rules. Be cool. We're all cool here.
Hot take there, Eddie. Hot take.
Cool. All right. Well, it's such a hot take. Let's kick it over to Harmony Giant. You got a cold hard truth or a spicy hot take for us?
I have a spicy hot take.
Ooh.
For me, it was kind of hard to come up with something, but I think that this one, I like a lot. I think Flashbacks, they're a great team. They're 2-0. They're doing good. But they haven't played anyone really that good, and I think they're a flash in the pan. I think once they play some competition, they'll struggle a little bit more.
Week 1 main tank matchup. That was I don't know. I think that was kind of peak difficulty Flashbacks are going to run into the season. That's
true. There's no question about that. I mean, we all know who that main tank was.
Someone get those folks the aloe vera.
He's awesome. So, all right. Flashbacks more like a flash in the pan. I love it. I love it.
Somebody's got the dad jokes down.
I love it. All right. Booth. What
I will
you got
beat
for
him
us?
with one later. Don't worry.
So I think mine's kind of a little bit of a cold hard truth here. I really like Discord tier. It's always been my favorite tier to watch, but this season I think it's just Discord or MB, and the rest of it's just trying to compete with that. Look, Ragnarok, Mob Mentality, Atlas Arcadia, an 0-2 Flying Lions, who it's still crazy that they're at 0-2. I think that's still an amazing team.
No.
I just, RMA and the rest of Indigo and Discord tier, you guys got to step it up, man. That's the group to be in right now. I mean, can you imagine going up against one of those 4 teams I just said in the Group B? I mean, going into stage 2, that's a scary thought to see coming up. So I think we're gonna have to have some reshuffling going into the next stage.
Yep.
All right, let's take it over. Captain Jack, wrap us up here. A spicy hot take or a cold hard truth?
I indeed have a cold hard truth for this week, folks. Pride cometh before the fall. I tell you, I pay quite a bit of attention to the tweeters, as do the kids do. And some teams were walking into season 6 thinking that they were hot stuff and that this season was going to be a piece of cake, nothing to worry about, no competition within the Trank community whatsoever. And those teams, one in particular, had some very hysterical preseason tweets that I found very interesting. And right now, those teams might be finding that they bit off a little bit more than they can chew. Never underestimate the teams of Tranquility. Never.
Damn. All right.
Hands off keyboards.
Let's just put it this way. Sometimes tweets age really poorly. I'm a victim of that myself. So I mean, sometimes it's just better to shut your mouth and not speak on Twitter, because damn, that stuff gets held against you. Trust me. Mm-hmm. You can say pretty much anything you want on Twitter, but goddamn, don't. Anyway, goddamn, just don't.
Just don't.
All right, I have nothing for that spicy hot take or anything like that. So let's just kick it over to the Iris top fives right now. Let's start off in the Harmony tier. Started off with number 1, still reigning at the top, Flashbacks. Number 2, Koala Kings. Number 3, Doodles. Number 4, Modify. And number 5 is Phantasmal. Taking a look now at the Discord tier. We are looking at Ragnarok sitting at number 1, Joey Esports sitting number 2, Nia at number 3, Atlas Arcadia making their top 5 debut at number 4, and Mob Mentality as well popping up into number 5 overall here in the Discord tier. And moving on next to the Transcendence tier, we wrap up with Ghostly Peppers sitting at the top still, God Hand in number 2, Whirlwind Wildcat sitting at number 3, One Last Freak climbing into the top 5 after a very good performance in the feature match, sitting at number 4, and Corvidity at number 5. But boy, oh boy, as we are seeing, there's a lot of movement in these top 5s, and there's a lot of teams who aren't in these top 5s who probably should be. But we're going to talk a little bit about some of those teams here in just a few moments. But first and foremost, let's get to your weekly plays montage for week 2.
Ooh.
All right. Thank you so much to Atlas for that fantastic edit on that montage, guys. We've talked about it a little bit before, but I'm going to mention it again. If you're an editor and you'd like to participate, help out a little bit, and throw together our weekly montages, we would definitely appreciate you having some help. So if you are interested in doing that, just shoot me or Booth a DM, and we're certainly happy to get you on board and get you the opportunity to get in and practice your craft a little bit. So fantastic work again, Atlas. Thank you so much. Let's get into the next segment here. This is a very original segment. It's a segment we've never done, and we've certainly never called it Contender or Pretender, because that would be literally just we're never going to do that exact segment. So we're going to do the same thing and just rename it in order to make it sound original, which is why I'm calling this a segment For Real or Fluke. And it's for real with an apostrophe. It's an F apostrophe REAL. So just to make sure we had that clear as to what I'm getting at. So for real.
Right.
Yes, that's how the Zoomers do it. And I'm very in tune with the Zoomers, as we all know. Anyways, let's move on then. So the idea of this segment is we're going to break down some of these teams who are not necessarily getting a ton of a look as top contenders. We're not really talking about, Flashbacks. Everybody knows Flashbacks is a good team. Ghostly Peppers, we know. Yeah. We're not going to spend time talking about these guys. What we're talking about are other teams that are 2-0 who haven't really received that same talk. Is this for real? Are these guys legit? Are they going to be competitors going forward? Or is this just kind of a fluke, really easy schedule? Maybe they lucked out in a couple spots. Let's talk about some of these teams. We're going to go through and just kind of knock it out real quick. Let's start off with Phantasmal in the Harmony tier. Phantasmal, Bard, are they for real or are they a fluke?
Yeah, so I'm going to use most of my time with Phantasmal to set up a joke and make it. And I've warned everyone on the podcast about this before it started. So I think that For Real and Fluke as defining qualities of these teams is too limiting. I think there needs to be a middle ground. And I was thinking of a name for this middle ground that combined For Real and Fluke. So I was thinking about that, and I was watching Star Wars, and I realized that I am a big fan of the main character in the original Star Wars trilogies. And then I was thinking, that means I'm for Luke. And then For Luke sounds like a pretty good...
I gave you very simple instructions.
It hurts.
I think they're hurts. I think they're for real, but I think they've had too easy of a start. I don't think they've played any real contenders yet, so I put them firmly for Luke.
My God, I hate you so much.
Hurts.
All right,
hurts
Harmony
so
Giant.
I told you it'd be painful. I warned everyone in the
Bard,
club
there's a
this would not be a good joke.
And then you cross the line.
Let's
Bard.
move on to Harmony Giant now.
Oh, for Phantasmal?
Yes, Phantasmal. Yes. What do you got for these guys? For real or are they flukes?
I think they're for real. I think they're a solid team, and and they've showed it time and time again. I think they're going to do well the rest of the season. I'm not going to be convoluted and come up with a third category. I think they're for real.
All right, Booth. What about you?
I've got them for real here. I mean, they haven't dropped a map yet. They're already looking better at the end of last season. Just going to continue on throughout this season so far. You saw that montage. How many Phantasmal clips were there?
Oh my goodness.
Captain Jack, what do you think?
You know what? Phantasmal is going to be one of the For Real teams that I defined tonight based on one thing: history. It is literally the thing that we talk about pretty much at the beginning of every season, that any team that comes in new the season before knows what they're looking for coming into the next season. Phantasmal joined in season 5. They know who the big fish are. And this time, it's their time to shine.
All right. We're going to keep it moving, and we are going to get a poll up for every single one of these teams. So feel free to contribute. Remember, nobody can see your votes. You can be honest. You can be kind of mean if you need to be. All right. The rest of us are just going to sit here putting our opinions on the line so we can be roasted on Twitter later. Let's go to Miami Yikes in the Harmony tier. Bard, what do you think here about this 2-0 Miami Yikes squad?
I think they're for real. I'm not gonna lie. I think they've got all the pieces. Basically the same squad from last season. Speaking of teams that are coming into this season knowing what they're doing and what they're looking forward to, I think they know what's up. I think they play the meta in at least the meta in Harmony tier really well, and I think they're just gonna keep being reasonably successful throughout the season.
Harmony Giant, what about you?
I think they're for real for now. They have a solid team. You should beat Hellcats. You should beat Boop, so that's not a surprise. But I think that going to the second half of the stage will be their proving ground, playing Flashbacks and Void. I think that'll be kind of really how they show their strengths going into it.
The poll is very one-sided right now. Booth, which side are you on?
I'm on the other side. I'm on real here. I mean, Hellcats and Boop might not have been the strongest two teams here so far, but they were pretty big. Those pretty aggressive wins, you know. I mean, they weren't just the podcast 3-2s that we're used to say it or close. They're dominating. I think they're going to continue.
Captain Jack, what do you think?
I can't disagree with these gentlemen. I also have to say that they're for real. You know, like Bard said, another team coming back ready to claim the crown. They've got a good road ahead of them. That might be their proving ground. But I mean, if they keep doing what they're doing, they could take it all the way.
All right, let's take it to the next one here. Let's get... Why is my computer freezing? Can you still hear me, see me?
Yep, we got you.
All right. All right, we're back. Here we go. Let's go. Let's take it to the next one, and that is the 2-0 squad, Vanguard Esports. Wins so far over Get Off My Land and Game of Thrones. Bard, where are you at with Vanguard?
This is the easiest fluke of Harmony tier and potentially every tier. They 4-0'd Game of Thrones, which is... Look, they're great people, Game of Thrones, but I don't expect them to win games. And then they 3-2'd Gomel, which is not a team you should be playing close. I love everyone on Gomel. Not a team you should be playing close. It's not a good look for a 2-0 going in if those are the two teams you've beaten so far.
I'm just saying, I keep this close by. I'm a Get Off My Land fan, and I'm a #1 Get Off My Land fan. Mind the cat hair because I have cats. Harmony Giant, what do you think here about Vanguard?
I have to agree with Bard. I think it's a fluke. I think that, yeah, you should beat Game of Thrones, but if you're going to be a for real team, you shouldn't be close over Gomel. So I think it's just they won that one just by the skin of their teeth.
Booth, where are you at with Vanguard?
Yeah, I had fluke written down here as well. I mean, I just did the beat drop with Game of Thrones with Captain Jack, which will be airing pretty soon this week, and they're still getting their footing straight here in the tournament. They were the first to admit it, so it's looking at. And 3-2 to Get Off My Land. Get Off My Land's always trying to find their footing. I mean, they're always.
You presume they have feet to begin with.
Finding their footing or finding their canes. Let's be real.
They're not finding
Let's
footing.
Be real.
They're looking for their walkers.
Exactly. Come on.
And they're on ice the whole time.
And again,
ice skating with walkers.
And again,
that's going on.
I say this as the #1 fan of Get Off My Land.
Love them so much. We do.
I have a bumper sticker on my car. It is Gomel.
All right, Captain Jack, where are you at here?
You know, I feel like although we prepped for something different, we all came out the same way. It's looking like a fluke right now, folks. I mean, come on. 3-2 against a bunch of boomers? Come on. Come on, Vanguard. You know what? You better get your shields up because you got quite a hard road against you, or you're going to end up like a civilian walking aimlessly into an ongoing chariot race, and you're going to get run the heck over.
Can I just say that I think personally, I have them as for real. I have the last team as a fluke, but I have these guys as for real. You guys have it backwards, I think. I think the Yikes have had a relatively simple schedule so far. I think Vanguard, they've done what they needed to do. They got the 4-0 against Game of Thrones. Get Off My Land. People talk shit about them, but just keep in mind there are some very talented players on there. Just because they aren't scrimming doesn't mean that these talented players can't pull the plays out in order to pull off maps. They steal a couple things off you. Sure, you might be the better team against Get Off My Land, but let's just keep in mind season 4, Get Off My Land started the season 3-0.
True.
They looked fantastic. They started 3-0. And this is basically a similar squad. It's just the same type of people, all very good players in their own right. They just are a bunch of boomers who don't have time to scrim or play the game. So they just vibe on Wednesdays and have a good time. But that doesn't mean those vibes aren't paired with a lot of talent. So Just saying. Don't underestimate Get Off My Land. All right. Sorry, my passion for Get Off My Land came out there really hard. I'm
Calm
sorry.
down before you have a heart attack, dude. Come on.
I'm old enough to have one, apparently. So, anyways, Maelstrom is our next one. Maelstrom starting off 2-0, strong 2-0 here. Bard, what do you think of Maelstrom?
Interesting that you said strong 2-0 because I put them down as a fluke. And I'm going to anti-preface that. I'm going to follow it up by saying that I like everyone on Maelstrom too. Same as normal. Sorry, guys. I really like you all as people, but I think 2 3-2s in a row, especially a 3-2 against Rebirth, isn't necessarily strong showings. And I think there are a lot of teams who are stronger than the 2 teams you've already played who, if you aren't ready for them, are going to roll right over you. So I think you guys can do it. I just think that this 2-0 is not really representative of your strength maybe in the season as a whole.
Harmony Giant, what do you think?
So I think they're for real. They're a strong team. I do agree that 2-3-2s kind of shows a little bit of, variance in a lot of ways, but I think that they've proven that they can win and win again even when times are tough. So I think that they're going to continue that for at least for now.
Booth, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Harmony Giant there. I got him down as a real. I mean, this is the season that they kind of got some players back on the roles that I would say initially played for, but when you've been playing Overwatch this long, and you can bounce back between roles, especially around levels like this. But, Crispy's back at main tank again. Not that Crispy support was anything bad, but the Crispy main tanks, that's the way to go for the team. It's spicy water season. This is the time. It's been building up for now.
Captain Jack,
Spicy water time.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at Maelstrom's history. Season 3 quarterfinalist, Season 4 we don't talk about it. Season 5 quarterfinalist. I mean, already 2-0 in the season. Everybody's on the roles that they need to be on. Folks, get your swimsuits ready because Maelstrom ready to ride this out going into the championships. I call it now.
All right, let's keep it moving here. Community thinks they are for real, and anybody betting against Crispy main tank hasn't seen Crispy main tank. So far
you
season.
just saw it. You literally just saw it.
Crispy is
you literally just saw
Crispy is looking really, really good this season.
Ooh.
Like really good. And that core has been playing together for years, so it's helping a lot. Let's get to the next team here. We're going to the Discord tier now. Let's go to Mob Mentality. Mob Mentality getting off to a 2-0 start, kind of out of nowhere. A lot of people really didn't know what to make of this team. Brand new to the community. Bard, what do you think?
I've got them listed down as for real. And look, I still don't know, and I'm going to continue to ask for clarification even after someone tells me. Are they in the same org as Joey Esports and Koala Kings? Okay, yes. So I'll ask that again next week. But for now, I think they look really good. And don't tell Joey Esports this. I think Mob Mentality look better than them. So I think that whole org looks really good. I think the whole org is for real. And I think Mob Mentality is a team to watch if you're in Discord tier.
Harmony Giant, what do you think?
I mean, I agree with Bard. I think they're for real. I think they're a solid team, and I think that coming out of nowhere kind of gives them the element of surprise, and 2-0ing and doing it in the fashion that they have is, impressive, and I'm excited to see where they go from here.
Booth, Mob Mentality, what do you think?
Yeah, I got them as for real. I mean, Flying Lions aren't 0-2, but that's still a very good team. You have to, especially a team that's been playing together with like the staff they have behind them. You have to have your stuff in a line, and I mean, this is the week though to see it. If there's a time for them to get knocked, I mean, no, the Scarlet Lions this week, so this might be the last bit of their schedule like this before they go in. But they go up 3-0. That's giving them a really good spot there for the playoffs.
It basically locks them into the playoffs, and they're playing for Group B and Group A at that point, and now it's for seeding. How good can they be? Captain Jack, go. What do you think?
I mean, Booth pretty much stole my thunder right there. Like he said, Flying Lions is definitely one of the better Discord teams, despite their 0-2 right now. They're definitely heading into some great matches here in the near future, but I'm a little bit more shaky with M squared right here. I mean, Alice, Arcadia, Ragnarok, that's coming down the line at the end of stage 1. They might make it to the playoffs, but it might be a hard road ahead. So they get a for real for now.
They do look good. I'm a big fan of what Mob Mentality is bringing. I think they're for real. There's another team. I put them on the list before we got the top 5s, before a lot of the results kind of came in. they don't deserve to be on this list, and I'm pretty sure we could all agree, especially considering we voted them number 2 overall in the tier, but they're on this list. So I'm just gonna do a quick verbal on this, a unanimous consent. Say what they are at 3. 1, Joey Esports. 1, 2, 3.
For real.
For real? Yeah, I think for real.
Yeah.
For real.
All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure we all believed in that.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
We're all on the same page. And there's no discussion needed.
A little more thought. But
Yeah, Joey Esports are for real. We all know it. We can all see it. They look real good. Navino has quite the org going there. Looking really good. They're looking
Navino
really
did a thing
good.
this season.
And right now the marsupials are in chat just ripping each other. But I mean,
Joey,
what happens when a kangaroo
Navino just needs to
fights
put
a
these.
koala?
Navino just needs to put these guys back in their cage, I guess. So, you know.
Are we seeing the birth of our next Trank org here? I'm just saying.
I don't know if I want that. They're kind of stinky.
They've all gone so well.
They're kind of stinky.
Once we get to Trank season 20, it literally will just be us.
Their logos are fire. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
they are.
They're pretty fire.
Yeah, their logos are really good.
All right. All right, let's move to the next team. It's Atlas Arcadia. Atlas Arcadia as a team really just debuted in the top 5 this week. We haven't really seen a whole lot going on here, guys, with Atlas Arcadia before, and suddenly this past week, really good. They're 2-0, looking really strong. Bard, what do you think about Atlas Arcadia?
So this might be a giveaway on who voted what on our top 5 list, but I think they're a fluke. They look really good. I think they'll end up middle of the pack. They barely beat Outlast 3-2, and they're 4-0s against Scarlet Lions. So that's about as fluky as you can get in Discord tier right now. Sorry.
All right.
I think you'll be good, but not. Yeah.
Harmony Giant, what do you think?
So I'm having a hard time going after Bard because we agree on almost everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're a fluke. I think they barely beat Outlast, and being Scarlet Lions isn't necessarily the, best, the craziest thing to do. They play Ragnarok next, and I think that should be the match to look out for and see how they truly are against competition.
Booth, where are you at with these guys?
So I was on the fence with it. I ended up giving them, I think they're for real, but these next 2 weeks are going to be tough. That week 5 match against Flying Lions, I think, is really going to be the decider. That might be the decider for who gets Group B, who gets that 3rd place spot between the two. Those two seem to be kind of the upper middle of the pack in this group. So I'm going to give them the for real. I'm giving them the edge right now, but yeah, that was a really tough one.
Captain Jack, what do you think?
The alliteration seems to be putting them all in the same category because I have them right at the same area as Mob Mentality. They're a brand new team. They're showing really good promise, but the road ahead isn't a piece of cake. And since Trank Legal said I've been too nice to everyone so far, I'm sorry, but y'all fluked. But feel free to prove me wrong.
All right, let's move on here. Fluke was voted on by the Tranquility community. Let's see a little bit more votes. There's like 90 of you watching and only like 12 of you voting. What is wrong with you people?
They're all in scrims. Don't worry.
They're all in scrims. We're just on in the background, apparently. Their scrims are too important to listen.
He's talking about my team?
Yeah. Are they talking about my team yet? Are they talking about my team
talk
yet?
Have they announced the Hall of Famer yet? Have we seen comms check?
Can you ping me when you guys do these things? God.
I
just collectively, I'm just picturing just like anyway.
I'm sorry. I brought up something. I won't put that button again.
How dare you?
Yeti is ironically having flashbacks.
All right. Booth, can you run another poll? Scrims?
Yeah.
No scrims. Do it.
Okay.
I want to know where you guys are. Are you in scrims and you're half paying attention? Or are you in Are you no scrim gang or are you scrim gang? That's the most important. Or are you Dwang gang? And that's the real answer.
Oh yeah, I can't add that. It would have messed up the data.
That would have messed up the data though. So I'm just curious. And there's like 90 of you watching, and I only see 23 votes. So I expect at least 60 votes here, y'all. What is going on? These aren't bots. These aren't bots. What is happening?
No,
where's our interaction?
I'm trying to pump up the numbers to inflate our ego.
Me and Cactus are watching right now, so there aren't at least 2 bots.
D-Wang gang. See that chat blow up.
Yes, there we go.
You just need to use the right words, Yeti.
Yes, apparently I just need to start insulting chat, and then that gets everybody going, apparently.
Hey.
I'm just gonna come at people with just some really hot takes. Like, I enjoy the double shield meta.
I mean,
all right, I'm out.
Stop.
Yeah,
You're gonna lose
so
viewers.
All right, there we go. Anyways, let's move on then. Now that I know everybody's alive here.
Oh, jeez.
All right, and our viewership just dropped 20%. Wow. Anyways, moving on. Let's go to the next poll.
Oh,
here,
my
and
cup
the next
refilled.
team.
Weird. Oh.
Atlas Arcadia. Atlas Arcadia is the team, guys. Let's move on to them here. Atlas Arcadia. I'm sorry, not Atlas Arcadia. We just did them. I'm still angry. I'm still angry at chat. No, anyways.
Where am I?
X-Ray is the team we're doing right now. X-Ray got off to a 2-0 start. Definitely unique circumstances behind one of those 2-0 starts. There's no question about that. Nobody's disputing that. They did have a forfeit to get there, but they are 2-0. No question about it. Bard, what do you make of X-Ray?
This is another team that's pretty for Luke because I think they're good. I think they are a for real team, but one of their wins is a forfeit over a team that beat them. So I'm gonna have to go with Fluke for the 2-0 basis, but I think they're really good. So
that's an incredibly convoluted answer. Harmony Giant, go ahead.
Who control of the script? Honestly,
me. I took control of season 3.
I think it's a fluke. I think that technically they shouldn't be 2-0, but I think they're good, but they're also not going to be able to really prove themselves the latter half of the stage. Someone's got a golden horseshoe on their team, so I think that's why they're there. I think it's a fluke.
Booth, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it seems we're all agreeing so far on this one. I got him down here as a fluke as well. It's just hard. I mean, I can't say everybody's for real. I want you all to be for real. In my heart, you're all for real. But I know Mr. Yeti won't let me come back on here again if I keep saying everyone's for real. So I got to go with the team that's actually 1-0 compared to all the ones that are 2-0. But please prove me wrong. I want you to. I want to be wrong.
Captain Jack, what do you make of X-Ray?
You know what? I gotta lock it down with everybody else. Lady Luck is indeed on X-Ray's side this time around, and looking at the rest of the stage, it's not gonna be an easy run. So, it's fluky time. It's fluky time.
All right. The next team here, Transcendence tier teams now. One Last Freak. They coming on real strong with a couple of nice performances here. Bard, One Last Freak. Let's go.
Yeah, they just beat Heatwave. I got a lot of friends on that team, and they got Beak on One Last Freak, who I'm casting OD with this weekend. So there's absolutely no bias when I say that they are for real. I think they look really strong, even if I didn't have bias, but I do because Unbiased Bard, as we've established, is dead. So I'm going to stick to for real.
Was Unbiased Bard even alive? Honestly,
that's up for you to guess.
It's
and me to know.
Schrodinger's Bard at this point.
Yes.
Was Unbiased Bard alive, or was Biased Bard always alive? That's the question.
That's
the question.
Harmony Giant, go ahead here.
I think they're for real. I think they're a solid team. So I think that they're going to do well the rest of the season. Plain and simple.
Booth, what do you think? One Last Freak.
Yeah, I mean, I got to produce their featured match last week, and the whole time I was just making noises. If you've ever been a caster, please apply. You get to hear me do that a lot when there's really cool plays that I catch, and then I brag about it at halftime.
Yeah, really fun.
Yeah, that was a fun match to watch. They're pretty scary.
There was a fantastic play that you caught, by the way, and I know I just commented to you guys that we're running long, but I'm going to show it anyways. There was a fantastic play that you caught in the first admin pugs last season. And Chimanzi, if you're out there, you might remember.
What is this?
I don't know if anybody else completely forgot about that, but
wow,
I never will.
I totally don't remember.
I've never
the best
seen
part,
that
the best part is
life.
if you look in chat, you can see him type say goodbye before he misses his shatter and I boop him off. I will never let anybody live that down. I actually memorized the Twitch clip name. It's Apathetic Sriracha Eagle Eye. I memorized that because it brings me joy every time I see it.
Chimanzi
is a borderline
ice.
Grandmaster's
That's
tank,
Yeti's
and I am a plat shithead. so I enjoy it quite a bit. So anyways, Captain Jack, go ahead.
All right, so I wrote a poem. Ready? One last freak, my man Beak, for real, dat streak.
I'll allow
Bars.
it. I'll allow it.
Is that technically a haiku?
I will allow it.
Darn.
Whatever.
You can count.
I
I'm
didn't
sure you
count
can figure it out.
All right, let's go to next team here on the list, and that is this is the team name I struggle to pronounce. It's
But we know
not
it now.
Blixkeys like I thought it was. It is Blickies.
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 Sounds like a Pac-Man ghost.
Blickies.
That's
in the
Blinky.
Transcendence here
That's
coming in.
I know what it is.
They
For
are
the Zoomers out there.
Who's
so,
the
so Pac-Man was
robot
this
in
game
in
that you
Teletubbies?
played at the
Isn't
arcade.
the robot in Teletubbies Mr. Blinky?
All right,
Oh.
let's move it on
Oh,
now with
geez.
Blickies. Bard, what do you think of Blickies?
Well, I think that Anime Ninja Deadpool team is for real. And here's the thing: week 1, I bet on them as my upset, and they got me 4 points. So Unbiased Bard is dead, and they're a for real team. That's all I need to say.
All right.
Harmony Giant, go ahead.
I agree with Bart. I think they're a for real team. I think they're,
Cool.
I think they're strong. I think they're good.
Booth, what do you think about Blickies?
I think they're a good team, but I went with Fluke here. I think they got some hard games still ahead of them. I don't think that they're not worthy of the wins they've gotten, but I think just with the schedule they have remaining, it could have a little bit of trouble going in the rest of stage 1.
All right, Captain Jack, what do you think?
See, team's looking fresh. A lot of promise. I'm on the fence. Let me take a quick look at their roster here. Oh. They have a Bamf on the team. Oh.
Well, brand new.
Well, who am I to argue with that? That's for real. That's for real.
Right. Chat, in the meantime, thinks they're just a horrendous fluke, apparently.
Dang.
Our logic has deteriorated so quickly as we've gone down this list.
Let's move on next to the next one, and that is Alpha. They did not appear on the top 5, but by God, they look real good. They just absolutely, utterly dominated Tempest in a 4-0. Cryptic Force mentioned he hasn't been dominated like that in a match since season 3 in Trank.
Dang.
He made that comment, and that is, Alpha looks very good.
Didn't
Bard,
they get rolled? Didn't Cryptic get rolled in the finals last season? 4-0?
No, they got beat 4-1.
4-1. Oh, they won a map. All right, let's not remind him. I think
I clip that.
I made a change right at the end of this week. Yes, literally yesterday night, to add Alpha to my top 5 because of the outcome of the Tempest game. So I think 100% they're for real. They look really strong, and I want to see them featured.
I think if the top 5 votes were collected after the Tempest match, I feel like we'd see Alpha
probably would have been
up
up
there.
Yeah. Probably.
Harmony Giant, what do you think of Alpha?
I think they're for real, and I think that they're going to lead the pack going into the rest of the season.
Booth, what do you think?
I was on the fence until you told me what Cryptic said, and if I go against Mighty Bear, that'll be end of my stay in Tranquility, so they're for real.
Captain Jack, where are you
That's
at with
the
Alpha?
Mighty Bear to you.
See, I'm going to risk all my Trank fame on this one because Alpha's currently one of those perfect teams in season 6. Those ones that are 4-0, undefeated, current standing. Says they might have a relatively simple run in stage 1, though. So I think Alpha going into stage 2 may end up being the Omega lull of the top tier teams.
I'm glad you've hit my level.
You're
at
doing
this point,
so
Jack.
well. Doing so well.
Me and Jack, now we're on the same wavelength.
Alpha's for real, and anybody saying otherwise is wrong. Anybody saying otherwise is wrong about Alpha. I think they're a top 3 team in the tier. I'd put them over Corvidity. I'd put them over GDH. I'd put them over pretty much everybody in the tier other than Warlord and Wildcats and Ghostly Peppers right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they couldn't beat those 2 teams either. I think they could.
Ooh.
So they look real good. Let's move on to Corvidity, our final team on the list. Corvidity, very strong, somewhat unexpected start. A lot of people looked at Boop or not Boop, sorry, Dirt, the other 4-letter team. A lot of people looked at Dirt as a top-end team in the Transcendence tier. Corvidity comes in out of nowhere and just 4-0s. Just great performance against Dirt. And they came in last week with another win as well. This coming week, or what do you think? Are these guys for real? Bard?
Here's the thing. I like Dirt. And if you 4-0 Dirt, I think you're a good team. So I'm 100% putting Corvidity on the for real train.
All right. Harmony Giant, where are you at with Corvidity?
I think they're for real. Easy.
Yeah, this might be.
This is another maybe another Joey Esports easy type one, but Booth, where are you at?
Yeah, I got him as for real. I mean, even the win over Ember is an impressive win. I like Dirt a lot too, but I didn't want.
Captain Jack, what do you think?
You know what I got? Oh, hey, babe. Oh. I am contractually obligated by the terms of my marriage to Lady Jack to never say anything bad about crows or their relative family. Corvidity is as for real as it gets.
Cool.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Captain Jack abiding by the policy of happy wife, happy life.
Indeed.
That's fair.
All right. Anyways, all right, let's move on to the next one here, or the next thing here. Guys, that's the end of For Real or Fluke. Guys, there's a lot of teams in Tranquility.
Whoa.
We know there's some teams who feel like, they've never talked about us. There's 72 of you.
Yes.
Like, oh my God. We're already running long on this cast. We can't talk about every single one of you. Like, come on. Like, stop.
I mean, we could.
We could, but we're not going to. Y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
We'd have to start getting into that, after dark.
Why don't I talk about Mechanized? Because they're bad.
Because we're bad. Yeah, because we're bad.
Yeah, why talk about Mechanized?
All right, let's get into the next segment here. And this is one I'm really excited about. It's our announcement of our first Hall of Famer for Season 6. Guys, Hall of Fame is really cool. It's something that we put into place in Season 3 to honor those who have basically helped create Tranquility into what it is today, whether it be a fantastic player or a outstanding contributor to the community, either on the staff or not necessarily on the staff, but somebody who brought something to the community. If you look at our history, you look at some of these Hall of Famers, you have players like Nerdables, Orsted, Velzen, Courage, Dunzo, players who were on dominant teams, who have been dominant presences in the community as players and continue to be a dominant presence even going into Open Division. A lot of these names I just said, they just finished in the top 32 in OD. Some of them even higher than that. So these are some really talented players, and a lot of fantastic players have come through Tranquility's walls. But it's also a commemoration of some of these contributors to the community who aren't just great players, but have really brought all of their best efforts to contributing to this community. People like Specs with whatever he's done, and Impers with everything he did. He basically was the founder of the comms check, and he turned it into this fantastic thing that is now being picked up by Caden and just kind of ran with. That whole baby was Impers's idea, and by God, he turned it into something fantastic, something everybody looks forward to. It's I have to say, like, these guys are the foundation of this community, and they're what it is, or what helped make it what it is today. But I think there's one group of people who really haven't been talked about a lot so far when you look at the Tranquility Hall of Fame, and that's our Twitch team. So it's with a great honor that I announce our first Hall of Famer. He is the only unanimous member of the Hall of Fame in this season's class, and I would like to issue congratulations to Door, everyone. Door is our first Hall of Famer in the Season 6 Hall of Fame. Not much can be said about what Door has done. If you followed the T3 scene in Overwatch, you probably know who he is. He's done casting for so many different organizations. He's done casting now for, Open Division. And he's done casting now for, Contenders. He's just finished up doing work for Contenders China.
Yep.
He has blossomed into a fantastic commentator. He's getting massive opportunities to contribute in so many different ways, not just in Overwatch. He's branched out into Rocket League. He's done work with Valorant. He's doing so much work in the esports scene. It's only a matter of time before somebody like Door He's the kind of person you see in the same seat as somebody like Uber and Puckett. Door is that talented. And honestly, it's an absolutely amazing thing to keep in mind that Door really cut his teeth here.
Yep.
Remember his first cast with us, guys? His first cast? Season 3 was with you, Booth. I was there too. I was producing it. The three of us. It was the Season 3 Widowmaker 1v1 tournament. And look where he's at now, guys.
3v3.
Oh, that was the 3v3? That was the 3v3? Ah, shoot. It was one of those two. I couldn't remember which one.
It's okay. It's okay.
I should have prepped. Why did I prep? But seriously, he cut his teeth here. He got started, and he turned into what really the first true voice of the Tranquility community. Booth, you've done a ton of work with Door. What can you tell us about Door?
Oh, I mean, I could talk the whole podcast about Door. He's such a good friend of mine. Got to he and I played Dungeons and Dragons a bit together. Juke is actually our DM for another popular name out there. He does the best New Yorky kind of like old gangstery accent. You have to get him to do it sometime if you can. But I mean, I can't. When I think back about Season 4 and Season 5, I just think back about a couple nights a week when I was lucky enough he and I get to cast together. We were kind of like that one of the first duos that I got to have, but I was an analyst, him going as play-by-play. Yes, I used to actually cast for some people that are new here. No, you don't want to hear me do it much anymore. But no, I've learned. I've gotten so much. I've gotten so much from him in terms of production helps. He's really helped push a lot of where the team has gone. He's done so many VOD reviews from our newer casters. He's helped a lot with recruitment. I've got so many of our people this season have come in from him joining us. We couldn't pick a better first person to be in the group there for that in regards to the community here. And this is a name you're going to keep hearing, that you're going to keep seeing Door jump up. You're going to turn on, you're going to see when Overwatch League finally gets bought out by HBO or they're streaming it or something like that. You're going to see him on TV all the time too. It's going to happen eventually. Just mark my words on it there. But no, congrats Door. Proud of you, buddy. Great name. Perfect one to have in the community for it.
Definitely. Bard, wrap us up here. Door, what can you say?
I mean, there's not as much left to say in terms of his technical abilities or what he's done for Trank, but there is a lot to say for me personally, and I would hope for Jack and for all the other casters who are in the community and who've had to kind of follow in his footsteps. I know me and Jack are doing OD right now, which I don't know about Jack. I would not be doing OD without Door because I had no idea it was happening. And he let us know it was happening and said, hey, you guys are good enough for this. You should do it. So we signed up and now we're doing it. Without Door, we would not be going as far as we are. He's consistently set a benchmark for me to chase and to follow. And more importantly, Door, what product do you use in your hair? I've asked you like 40 times. Can you please let me know? Can you please tell me?
Hair.
But also congrats.
Yes.
You deserve every second in the Tranquility Hall of Fame.
Door, I know I speak for all of us, but you have been, it is an honor that you have Tranquility as part of your history. Wherever you go in your future, just the fact that we can say at one point that you were one of our voices is truly awesome. And you actually, I believe you were one of the driving forces behind legitimizing our broadcast and legitimizing our community. So genuinely thank you so much for all you did for the Tranquility community, and best of luck, because I don't know where your ceiling is, but I don't think there isn't one at this point. You've already broadcasted on ESPN2. I don't know, like ESPN1, ABC. Where is it next?
HBO. I mentioned it.
Like
wasn't
HBO,
Disney
like,
where Owl did their streams for a while? They was on Disney.
Yeah, I get Disney
Disney XD.
We don't talk about the Disney XD streams. But congratulations, Door, our first nominee of the Tranquility Hall of Fame. Guys, we will be announcing a new Hall of Famer every week here until, well, the nominees are done being announced. I'm not going to reveal how many they are. That's boring. But there will be another announcement next week. So tune in for the second member of the Season 6 class in the Hall of Fame. All right. It's comms checks time. We're running a little long here, but we're just going to keep it rolling. Comms checks for week 2. Last call on the giveaway. You have about 10 seconds, and I'm legitimately counting down on the fingers incorrectly, but I'm doing it.
8, 7.
All right. Comms check. Let's go.
guys. It's already out. We just didn't give out the beta.
Back. My mom was sending, my mom was texting a video.
Was what?
She was sending a video and that crashed your internet?
No
Yeah.
way.
Wow.
Oh my
Can I
god.
get an invite?
Hey, nice skins, everybody.
Yeah, I know, right? Look at us.
Right?
I'm very proud of us.
Like half
Team working to do great.
Oh, watch me find out that my girlfriend secretly snorts like a line of G Fuel every day and like cracks.
Give me the graph! I want the graph! I want the graph! No, please, please! I need 10 graphs this map! I need 10 graphs this map!
Drop down.
I got it!
Oh. What does DN stand for?
These nuts.
Monkey this! Monkey in here! Baby this! Mercy this!
Phantom, run Echo.
That's who I'm playing.
They don't know the legend of Johnny Robot.
Oh no!
I fed. They found out. They figured out the legend.
Honestly, we can sort of like come back from losing map 4 against Go My Land by just saying that we always throw map 4.
Ooh, that could be our cool little quirk.
I'm just kidding. No, we won't do that.
It's like, wait, please no.
We're winners.
Let's get this bread. Arcadia!
Bread! Arcadian! For the person freezing in Texas.
We're gonna hold the traditionals position.
Traditional position, correct?
Like, as in, like, where Brawl usually
Is that a
holds.
sex thing?
So where I am.
Sam, next time you make one of these graphic organizers, can you just make my name like 10 times as big everyone else's?
Why?
It takes me a minute.
He can't find his
I know
name.
it's literally in red, but, you know.
Apparently you can only read at a 3rd grade level.
Get them Zarya!
Zarya's one, nice.
You, Jackie!
I can't hack.
I have Imp in one.
Just do damage! Oh, no, yes, she's dead!
Huge.
Go! Okay.
We're going to win because, well, I want to win, so.
Inspired.
Lamp. Let's go! Let's go!
We go, dude!
Woo! Let's go!
Very nice.
Oh my god. Legends of the game.
May makes me feel dirty inside.
Dang,
Seki, you sick.
Did y'all see the PTR, the horse riding, the mount, workshop code? You can mount Teresa in the workshop.
Woo. That is apparently a legitimate code.
Yeah.
You love it.
All right then. Let's.
You?
All right. We're gonna move super quick through this next segment. That's my message to the other casters. Move super quick through the next segment here.
Yep.
That
Totally.
is the comms check for week 2. I'm kidding. I am losing my mind. Predictions for this coming week here, guys. Predictions. Let's start with the locks of the week here. Let's take a look first at the people who aren't here tonight, who can't speak for themselves. NPC took SEAL Team Spuds over Inferno Foxes 3-1. Bethcon took one last freak over Ace Advantage 4-0. Specs took Aurora over Monarch 3-1. Triage took Firefight over Get Off My Land. That is just insulting, Triage. You do not doubt Get Off My Land. Don't make me shake the shirt. And then Death Knot 4-0 Flashbacks over the Hanamura Hellcats. Guys, let's talk about locks of the week. Who you got, Bard? My green screen
Who
fell down.
do I have? That's a good question.
Bruh.
Fix this real quick.
I think I put Corvidity, and I think I put them 3-1. Because here's the thing: I have 2 Google Chrome pages, and one of them just crashed. So I don't.
Would you like me to tell you what you put down?
Yes, if you could, that'd be excellent.
You
I think I
put
Corvidity
Tempest. You put Tempest 3-1.
Nice.
Tempest 3-1. I knew I put one of the purple teams. Yeah, I put Tempest 3-1. I trust Tempest. I think Alpha, we've already said, are for real. So I don't really take Tempest's loss as a indicator that Tempest are bad or that they're not going to be successful this season. So I trust them to continue to do well and succeed the way they did in week 1. So I think 3-1 for Tempest gives them a little wiggle room to make some mistakes as they figure stuff back out. But I think they bounce back this week.
For one, Tempest is pink.
You played
Harmony Giant, go ahead.
Probably colorblind.
I picked.
This is purple.
Harmony Giant,
right?
go ahead.
I picked Ranch Evolution 4-0. I think they're a strong team. I just think they're 1-1, but I think they're going to win over the Jersey Boys.
All right, Booth, who do you got?
I went with Mob Mentality, getting the 4-0 this week. They've looked really strong so far. I already talked about it a bit tonight, so I won't boost egos anymore if I can. But no, I was surprised. I had like the last pick this week, and that was one of my top ones, and they were still available. So I was very happy to see that.
All right, Captain Jack, who do you got?
I have to say I'm kind of crap at this game, if you haven't noticed, and a total line of that punishment that still has not been decided. So I'm playing it safe. I'm sorry, Game of Throws. I love y'all, but modify 4-0. They just built diff. They just built diff.
All right. In my lock of the week, I was honestly torn between Get Off My Land again. The hell's wrong with you people? I don't understand why this needs to keep happening. Gosh, we keep over and over again. But I actually
When will you learn?
When will you learn? When will you learn? Your actions have consequences. All right. I picked Battalion in a 4-0. I think Battalion's angry. I think PDK is angry. Battalion wins 4-0.
So angry he's exploding.
All right, I'm going to quickly cover this because I missed it before, but it's the prediction standings as we currently sit going into this round of predictions. If you take a look here, we have Bard sitting on top, Harmony Giant, Specs, the whole list on down to NPC, who is currently in last. So Bard sitting real pretty with some bold predictions. Somehow Bard is correct, and I don't understand it.
I won last season.
I don't understand how he's correct. All right. Anyways, upsets of the week. Let's get to the upsets of the week here, guys. We have Death Knot picking Doodles 3-1 over Koala Kings. Triage picking Q for Quarantine 3-1 over Joey Esports. We see Specs picking Blitzkies over Tempest 3-2. And BethCon is picking Outlast to take down the Flying Lions in a pretty big upset 3-1. And NPC is picking Boop to beat the...
Whoa. Them's fighting words. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeti, breathe.
Calm down.
Breathe, Yeti.
Don't get too angry, Yeti. Calm down.
Just breathe.
It's time.
Just breathe, buddy.
Ah!
Oh, you heard him. You heard him, NPC. Why you gotta do that?
Oh.
Wow.
This is on you, NPC.
This is on
you.
He's defended
You
you
did
all
that.
night, NPC. How could you do that? How could you do that?
You did this. This is ironically not the first time Yeti's destroyed a shirt for a bit on the podcast.
and
the second or
the
third
veil
time.
falls. And the veil falls. Thanks, Bird. Thanks, Bird.
You know, you all act like this isn't a big deal, but, you know, I'm just saying.
This friendships are over.
Yeah.
Yeti's going back to Thug.
This is how friendships end.
Yeti's going back to Thug.
Yeah,
PC is ended.
This is, you know, just is absolute tragedy. So, yeah,
I'll be selling that ripped shirt after I get it out of Yeti's trash on eBay for anyone that would like that.
Exactly.
Do we still have the burnt flashbacks one? Can we sell that one too?
We
I feel
need
like
that
that'd go for a
too.
lot.
Gotta make my way down to NPCs.
We do. But, you know, I do have to say that, you know, it's a shame that this shirt is ruined. But coming up on March 3rd, there is another Tranquility shirt, Tranquility store sale, 15% off everything in the store. March 3rd through the 7th. Did you just rip your Get Off My Land t-shirt for a funny segment on a podcast? Then you need to get out there and buy another Tranquility shirt at the shop.spreadshirt.com/OW Tranquility. All right, let's move on. Bard, what do you got?
Segue.
Well, for my upset special, I have chosen the Miami Yikes to win 3-2 As I've already said, I think they're for real. And Void just had a very close 3-2 over Jalapenos, who I think are good, Yeti. But I think Void has been talking a lot of crap that's a lot more than a 3-2 over Jalapenos. So I think Miami Yikes might have this one in the bag. Well, 3-2, not the bag, but I think they'll win it.
Might.
Army Giant, go ahead.
I picked Caprophobia to go 3-2 over the Lijiang Legion. I think both teams are solid, but I think Caprophobia is just this much better.
Booth, what do you think?
I had a tough one this week. I kind of wanted to branch out a bit. I had Doodles winning 3-2 over Koala Kings. I know chat's about to flame me for that because I think 87 of the 97 viewers we have are all from the marsupial organization. So please take it easy on me.
The other 10 are podcasters.
Yeah.
It's all right. You'll hear about it on Twitter, Booth. Don't worry.
Please.
Don't worry.
I need
All
followers to someone.
Captain Jack, who you got?
You know what? I gotta give it to Strix for this week. You know, they have been taking on the best in their group in a toe-to-toe fashion. 3-2s, 2-3s is literally been back and forth, and the road doesn't get any easier from there. So I just gotta ask the bewitching hour, please place your blessing on this player's another nail biter as Strix takes it against Phantasmal this week, 3-2.
All right, I'm over it. I've recovered, especially because I could just get another
sure?
shirt here in a couple weeks for 15% off on the Tranquility store page. But more importantly, upset
nice,
special
very
this week, new team to the community, Arcana Emperor. For some reason is way down in this week's predictions, and I think that's a big old mistake here. I expect Arcana Emperor to win their match 3-1 this week. Last but not least, guys, here we do have our giveaways for the week. And again, we had one giveaway planned, but a surprise second giveaway from the Commissioner Cavalier comes in play. And Booth, you have the winners. Let's start off with that $50 gift card. Who wins the $50 gift card? Booth, let's go.
Yes. Can I get a quick 2-second drum roll? The $50 gift card goes to Impers.
Congratulations.
Rigged. It's rigged.
Congratulations to Impers
It's
on
all
that
over
one.
Twitter now.
Tranquility Hall of Famer, by the way, Impers.
This is just how we pay our admins, is we rig them.
Yeah.
We rig giveaways, apparently. All right. Congratulations, Impers. Booth, who you got for yours? Who is the t-shirt winner?
Well, if you're worried about rigged, the t-shirt winner, can I get another quick little drum roll, is...
Yeah, you already got it.
Harmony Giant.
Nice. This is the best giveaway ever.
I guess we're done with
Let's go. Oh my god. Let's go. All right.
It's done. We've been exposed.
I'm just saying, I'm sitting on 63K Trank bucks right now. So I'm looking forward to when I cash those in. I'm looking forward to it.
I had one vote. I had
one
vote.
and 2 odds.
Dude, that's only mine, actually. I only did one.
As has been said, this was a $50 gift card and a t-shirt, which is great. Congratulations. Great giveaway winners here. We have 2 giveaways that are left here for next week. And that is another $50 Amazon gift card, or again, a shirt from the Tranquility store. So those giveaways are going to be very exciting. Watch, tune in, turn on those streams, and make sure to rack up those channel points so you can be first in line for the next giveaways. And by the way, there are many, many more to come, including some really nice event week giveaways, which gives me that next point. Event week, we need more signups. Team GMs, please get your signups in for event week as soon as possible. We do have some exciting stuff coming up for event week, some really cool prizes, really cool stretch goals that we are going to have in place again. Some really fun things that are going to happen as a result of you guys making your donations to Rise Above the Disorder. So fantastic event that we're running there. Something to keep in mind and something to look forward to, and I'm going to make the announcement of it now. Podcaster 1v1s are back. Are one of the podcasters offending you every week? Does Bard's mere existence make your hair stand up on end?
Hey, I won most of mine last.
Most.
You gotta
Does
be.
Bard's mere existence make you grow hair on PC? let's go on to the next. Let's go on to that event specifically. You can challenge any podcaster, any one of us, in a 1v1 of your choice. A 1v1 on Castillo. Take them on. 5.1v1. Take them on of your choice. All it takes is a $10 donation to Rise Above the Disorder. You pick the terms, we'll provide the match. So hopefully we would love to have you guys participate in that. You can name who you want to go up against, and we'll be happy to take you on. We're happy to clap you.
Yep. You bet.
You bet. 100%. We're definitely not.
Last season was close.
Yeah,
last season was close, folks.
We're definitely not entirely a group of mostly golds and plats. So, and in some cases worse. So, all right, guys, that's a fantastic podcast this week. Thank you so much for everybody for tuning in. Tune in next week. We'll be talking again about your next Hall of Fame winner. And again, so many very, very exciting things. But for Bard, for Harmony Giant, Booth, and Captain Jack, I am Mr. Yeti. We will see you all tomorrow night for the Harmony Tier feature. Thanks very much for tuning in.
Experience tranquility. Pass into the iris.